Welcome if this your first time here. This is my review for Industry Season 3, Episode 6. And this episode was phenomenal and a lot of stuff went down. Make sure you subscribe if this your first time here. I've been reviewing Industry since Season 1, Episode 1. Go back, check out all my different reviews because a lot of people feel like I pick on certain characters. But no, it's just during this season. It's other seasons where I enjoyed characters and I talked about them in a more favorable light. Now, we got to start with Yasmin and her father because this situation should never have really happened. They should have never been kicking it with each other on the boat in the first place. This is your daughter. I can see if you got a son and you like, hey son, I'm gonna get some women and we gonna go out and have some fun. But with your daughter, it makes no sense. And then you got other older men looking at her and she's dressing very revealing. It really makes no sense. And they end up bringing up these type of situations while they are arguing with each other. And I also believe her father must have really did something to her when she was younger. Because when they was arguing, she brought up the fact that he wanted her to see him when he was with that other woman. And that made me think, okay, something must have happened while she was younger for her to bring that up. So what happened to him was probably just karma. And do I believe it's Yasmin's fault that he's gone? I don't. She did pause. She shouldn't have paused, and she should have told the captain or somebody else on that boat as soon as it happened. She shouldn't have waited. Her going down and waiting in the room, yeah, that was wrong. She did play a role in him not being recovered faster and possibly him not being saved. She did, because she went down in the room, didn't tell anybody. And my thing is, if you gonna let your father float away and you're not gonna tell anybody, why tell Harper? Just keep it to yourself and don't tell anybody, because I think that's gonna end up biting her in her butt, because Harper might bring up that information to somebody. You never know. So I don't think she should have told Harper, and she did make some crucial mistakes. But her father should have never jumped in that water. Under no circumstances. I was in the Navy. When that boat scene was going on, I was literally watching the current the entire time while the boat scene was going on. And I was watching it and I was thinking, it's no way someone could swim in that current. Maybe if you like a SEAL or you're a specialist, but most people can't swim in that current. So I knew whether he fell in the water, she pushed him, it was an accident, he wasn't going to be able to survive. And we already know that he passed away because we've been watching the series. So, it's a fortunate incident. Yasmin could have did some things, but I don't believe she's the reason he's dead. I think it's his fault. You let me know what you think in the comments. Now, we also got to get to Yasmin and Harper's situation. When I said Harper was evil, oh man, it was so many people in the comments. Harper not evil. She just, misunderstood, and, she's not a bad person. No. This episode shows you exactly who Harper is. She tried to stand up, but she didn't do enough to Petra. And Petra showed she's more evil than Harper. They a match made in heaven for each other. But Harper stood up to Petra and she tried to tell her don't use Yasmin. But at the end of the day, if she did not want her to use Yasmin, she would have did more to stop the situation, especially when they was in the meeting. If it was somebody that I was friends with, I would have been kicking them under the table. shaking my head. No, 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 don't do this. And Eric recognized as soon as Yasmin told him what she did, he recognized you messed up. And he goes to Harper and totally unleashes. I mean, lets her have it, and she unleashes right back against him. And what you got to understand with both of them, they used to have a great relationship with each other, you know, like almost a mentor mentee relationship. And that completely fell apart. So before it's hate, it's always love. And same thing with Yasmin and Harper. You see them slap each other. And, you know, in my mind, I was wondering, were they ever really friends in the first place? And the way they talked to each other, how they brought up everything negative that they learned about each other was just wrong. I mean, Harper brings up her father. She brings up Harper's brother. Harper brings up Rob and how she treats Rob. Yasmin comes back and say, yo, if I wasn't in the picture, Rob still wouldn't want you. I'm like, oh my God, they going deep. You know, I really couldn't believe how far they went. And the crazy part is, it was so many scenarios where if one thing would have went different, they would have been able to protect their assets from Harper and Petra. If one person would have did something different, if Sweet Pea would have just told Eric or told Rob what actually happened, things would have went different. If Eric and Yasmin would have not had that lunch, Eric would have been in on the meeting. But they have that lunch, and then, of course, Eric is kind of flirting with her, but I didn't think she should have reacted like how she reacted. I think that was partly because of what she's going through with her father, you know, but I didn't think she should have reacted that strong. But what kind of confused me, after she reacted that strong, and I was thinking, man, that was a strong reaction. I didn't think Eric was really, you know, approaching her like that. But while I was thinking that, Eric gets up from the table and goes to the bathroom and rubs one out. I said, oh my God, what's wrong with this dude? Eric is really losing it. Like, really losing it. But that situation leads to them being back in the office and not speaking. So she goes to the meeting by herself. And of course, Harper don't stop it. It leads to Eric having to let her go, as he should, for that mistake. But all of that could have been preventable if those situations would have went just a little different. I do also wonder, will Yasmin be able to recover from this? Because a lot of people think she's talentless. Petra, Harper, Eric, and she don't have her father's security anymore. And she also received a call from Alexander Norton, who is basically telling her she still needs to work with Henry, or more stories about her father passing away will come out. He's supposed to have a witness that is going to talk about the incident on the boat. So Yasmin do not want this to come out under no circumstances. I'm also looking forward to the outcome of all of these fallouts between everyone. Like, will these relationships be able to recover? And then, of course, the last thing I'm looking forward to is, will the company be able to recover? We got to see Kenny, Daria, and Jackie this episode too. Of course, they don't like the company, so they most likely will be teaming up with Harper too. You know, and the other thing that I'm looking forward to seeing is Petra and Harper's relationship. They also had a very tough conversation this episode. A very tough conversation where Harper is saying, hey, let's build more on our relationship, which I actually agree with Harper, but Petra don't want that. And the thing is, Petra probably don't want that with Harper because Harper brings up things and throws them back in your face. Harper is a person that really can't be trusted, but I do like that they had the tough conversation, and I'm looking forward to see what their relationship going to be going forward, because I believe Harper will probably backstab Petra, or vice versa. Petra might backstab Harper. So those are some of the things I'm looking forward to going forward. Y'all let me know, what did you think about this episode, and what do you think is going to happen? We got 4 episodes left. Let me know down in the comments. And as always, if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out the other content. Click that like button. Y'all be easy. Be safe. Peace.